There's something magical about the British seaside in summer. Let me show you. Today is special because I am actually on holiday. I'm on something called a staycation, a term coined for when you stay within the UK, in Devon with my family. There are 5 children under 6, so it is a little bit chaotic, but I have snuck you away to show you some of the beautiful landscape in Devon. Once again, this is going to be an unscripted video, and I'm not going to speak that slowly, I'm going to speak at a normal pace. So, as always, if you can understand this video, then that's a very good sign for your English. Are you ready to sample some of the delights of this gorgeous county? Let's go. I am at somewhere called Coleton Fishacre, which is a National Trust property. And I've spoken to you about National Trust properties before. They're a brilliant part of the UK, a charity that preserves buildings. And this one is in Devon. It's actually a really magical story. A couple were sailing by on a boat by the coast, and they saw this valley that ran all the way down to the water's edge. And they thought that is where they wanted to build their house. And the house belonged to a family who were responsible for the Gilbert and Sullivan operas. Also, I believe the man's father owned the Savoy Hotel and Claridge's. So they were quite a wealthy family. And you can see in this property, they just saw this, as I said, this ravine leading down, and they've made it this beautiful garden leading down to the plunge pool at the bottom. And this lovely house, which is part of the arts and crafts era. And I'll show you the inside. Right now, let me show you a spectacular viewpoint. And this is how big the property is. So it runs all the way down to the sea. And it's quite a stunning view, so I can understand why they fell in love with it. Here the garden is running down to the water, and I can just hear the sea. This garden has such a tropical feel to it. All kinds of exotic plants. It's because it's part of the Devon coast, and that has a really mild climate, almost as warm as Cornwall. Here's a rhododendron tree in full bloom. It feels very British, even though it is imported from the Himalayas. Have to watch our step here. You wouldn't think you were in England, would you? Bamboo, palm trees. As I said, the climate is mild here, so tropical plants can grow. And here is where the garden ends, at the coast, where you can see where the family built an old plunge pool in the 1920s. Very glamorous. Shall we head back up though? We just had our picnic lunch as a family on the lawn, but I'm going to sneak you away again. And here you can see the house a bit closer. It's an arts and crafts house, which means everything was made by hand using local materials. And the stone you can see here was actually quarried from the garden itself. So the house and the land are literally made from the same thing. It's so wonderful. Here is the more formal garden closer to the house. Are you ready to go inside? Shall I show you inside a bit? Let's go. So on the outside, it's arts and crafts, and on the inside, it is pure art deco, a completely different world. Step inside and you're in the jazz age. Art deco everywhere. The lights, the furniture, the colours. It's like walking into a different era. You can almost hear the jazz playing everywhere. I hope you enjoyed the tour around the house and that peek into a National Trust property in the UK. As I said, quintessentially British. A day's outing, going to a National Trust. A lot of people will have memberships, which means you pay an annual fee. But now I want to show you some of the countryside around here, because it's very different from the sorts of scenes that I have shown you before. It's about 5 p.m, it's peaceful, it's quiet. We have also been so lucky with the weather. We Brits complain a lot about the weather, but we have had a week of glorious sunshine. It's actually been called a heat wave in it has been a heat wave in some parts of the UK. Luckily where I was, it wasn't quite as hot. But even then, typical, you still have everyone complaining that then it's too hot. And that's the trouble. We always complain about the weather. It's either too overcast, or when there is sunshine, we get really excited about it. We'll all flood out into the sunshine, and then we will all moan that it is too hot. But for our getaway, we've been really lucky. I'm going to show you that landmark properly later. It's so rugged and beautiful along this part of the coast. It's very rocky. There are lots of rocky, pebbly beaches, and I'm going to take you down to show you the water's edge. One of the things I love about the UK is the diversity of the landscape. Yes, the landscape changes so quickly. You can drive an hour in any direction and end up somewhere completely different, whether it be the coast like here, or a mountain, or moorland. You can see behind me, the coast. And this bit of Devon has its own particular feel. Rugged cliffs dropping down to the sea, hidden coves you have to walk to, and this wonderful wildness about it. It feels properly remote, even though you're not far from anywhere. Oh, we have to watch our step on these steps. But there's something that I really want to show you. One of the things I love about walking in the UK is that you're always walking through history. Here we are on a beautiful coast path, and then suddenly, these are the remains of a Second World War battery. They were built to defend the entrance to Dartmouth from German attack. Most of these defences were demolished after the war, but this one survived, and it's quite something to walk through, isn't it? There's something haunting about these old wartime buildings. Walking through them, you can imagine what it must have been like with the soldiers stationed here, just watching the sea, waiting. And this whole stretch was a Second World War battery. What have we discovered? It's like a secret gem, although obviously it's had its fair share of graffiti and things, but my goodness, what a lookout. I'm so happy that I discovered this with you. I can hear the waves down there. As I said, there are lots of Second World War bunkers and buildings and lookouts along this part of the coast. So yeah, it must be what it is, but goodness. It's a strange mix, isn't it? The graffiti, the concrete, and that sea. It feels almost poetic somehow. There were soldiers here once looking out at that. Now it's just wild flowers and the view. Oh, it's a long climb back up. I have to say, it was much easier going down than it will be going up. Worth it, though, definitely worth it. Nearly at the top. That is quite a climb. And as we say, that's my workout for the day done. I hope I haven't bombarded you with too much history, but bear with me because there's one more thing worth seeing. This is called the Daymark, and it's exactly what the name suggests, a landmark that sailors could spot by day, telling them where Dartmouth was. So this obviously was before GPS or modern navigation, and ships approaching from the south couldn't see the harbour entrance because it's tucked away behind the cliff. So in 1864 they built this. It's 80 feet tall, standing on the headland, visible from miles out at sea. Simple, but it worked. And it's quite a cool building, isn't it? It feels almost futuristic, like it should be in a Star Wars film made of burnt metal. Although obviously it was built in 1864, so not that futuristic, but worth seeing if you are in this part of the world. Finally, here we are taking the Dartmouth Ferry. Dartmouth is one of the prettiest harbour towns in England, with the colourful houses, the boats, the river. It's the kind of place that looks like a postcard, so we might call it postcard pretty. And it's been a working port for over 1,000 years. And just across the water is a little town called Kingswear, and that is well known for having a working steam train. and that's a lovely tourist attraction. So this whole area is very Agatha Christie meets summer holidays. Very charming. I hope you enjoyed this peek into a British staycation and enjoyed seeing more variety in our landscape and a new area. I've had a lot of positive comments about these videos, so I will keep doing them every now and then, alongside my usual talking head videos. So yes, expect more of these to come. In fact, if you have any requests, let me know. Is there a particular part of British life you would like to experience? If you understood all of it, well done, because at times I was speaking quite fast. Let me know in the comments how much you understood. And don't forget to check out my free PDFs listed below, little plug there. Also, you can find out more about my courses and lessons with me. Sorry, I'm so out of breath. I've been walking quite fast up the hill. I hope you enjoyed that. Take care, and hopefully I will see you in my next video.